is to take in what is being said and begin to eat on it, to nurture it. Because when it's spoken into your life, there is something that is awakening, something that is being unlocked. And I heard Miles Monroe say the richest place in the world is the graveyard. Because untapped potential, books that never got written, songs that never was sung, buildings that were never built, because we don't believe in that greatness that is in us. And so many live a lifetime without fulfilling their purpose. Look at your neighbor, say, neighbor, I got something to do. Come on, raise your hand. Raise your hand, and it's not where you've been. It's not about your past. Because here take, a lemon and make lemonade. It's about you allowing the Most High to do what He's called you to do, and you just say yes. Just yes. He never ceased to amaze me in His abilities that's in me. Point to yourself, say there are abilities that are in me. But not only that, there is greatness in you. And a lot of times we begin to dummy down because of the environment that we came out of. We dummy down because we feel we need to be educated. We dumb it down because of words that were spoken over us that we would never mount up to anything. We begin to dumb it down because of life circumstances, and we begin to discount what the Most High has said about us. We shake it off. Nobody shakes it off for us. We do it to ourselves. But I believe it's a sad thing to not have lived through your purpose. Me being very timid, and when I got up before people, being, introverted, all of that. And He called me, and I had to get over it. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you got to get over it too. So it's going to cause you to trust Him. And so many will say, but I've done this. No, this is going on. You don't know the family that I came out of. We were totally dysfunctional. You don't know I'm the black sheep. You don't know I was on drugs for 1,000,000 years. You don't know I was an alcoholic. You don't know where I came from. You don't know I didn't finish school. I just got a GED. What does that have to do with your calling? He'll take all of that and use it for His glory. Because we all have a testimony. So we all have a testimony. We all have a testimony, and being under an apostolic ministry, it is to shift you. Being under apostolic ministry, you will shift. In other words, wherever you are, there is a movement to the place where you're supposed to be. Being under apostolic ministry, there is a mandate. There is something that has to be done. And being that this is a mandate, it is an order, it is a command on what heaven wants us to do. It is the Great Commission. Said a Great Commission. So Yahushua being our model, we understand that our ways are not his ways, and his mind is not our mind, but we need to begin to desire it. Put your hands on your belly. Apostle Nico said earlier that when you come here, there's always going to be an impartation. Something is being poured out into you. There is a stirring that's happening. He stirs up the gifts. Someone say, no more delay.
No more delay.
It cannot be any more delay because you are here. Since you're in this ministry, you might as well say, okay, I'm just going to do what I need to do. You might as well. And the beautiful part about it, we are in biblical history right now. So if you are a part of this ministry, he has your name on a piece of this great mandate. Everybody carries something. And he gives you the authority to walk that thing out with power. Raise your hand. Say, I have power.
I have power.
And authority. And the gates of hell cannot prevail. When you enter into an apostolic ministry, you will have warfare. And sometimes the warfare is intense. And the reason why the warfare is intense is to basically get you off of your post. The warfare will bring distractions where you begin to focus on other things instead of what you need to be targeting. Remember, distraction takes you away from what you need to be really focusing on. The enemy's greatest job is to get you off your post. To have you in a mindset of woe is me. Or woe, I need to do something because this, is too much. Or all of this stuff going on around me and it's in my household. When you came to this ministry, it is apostolic. That means there is something you are supposed to do. Raise your hand. And you need not to resist it. We got to stop resisting. And just say, Father, I don't understand all of it, but you will give me the understanding. Because wherever he is guiding you, he's also equipping you. I need for you to do this. Get out of those words that people have spoken over you. Even from a child, even while you were in the womb, folks was, even your parents or your mama could have been. She could have spoke something over you, and then as you were coming up, you were in an environment that you were never promoted or called forth to do the greatness that is in you. Come on, get the words off of you. See your hand as a mighty sword that has fire on it. Or you got into a relationship and the only thing they could say was the negative things. They didn't build you up. They tore you down. Come on, get it off of you. A lot of times we got to figure out why I will not move in the things of the Most High. And then you go back home and you're in that same place of worry. Same place of woe is me. Same place where you're not moving. I need for you to stand up, take 3 steps and go back to your seat. It's time to move. It's time to move. When you not only are you going to have warfare Because the Most High is always talking. He's always moving. There is something that you are supposed to do. Say, he's always talking. And he's always moving. And a lot of times we get so caught up in the distraction that we're no longer hearing the voice of the Most High. We're no longer hearing him. And then we're crying and saying, Father, I'm trying to hear your voice. And he's been speaking. And a lot of times what we have to do is fall on our face to hear again. Say, I have authority.
I have authority.
I have power.
I have power.
When you look at that word authority, it means the power or right to give orders. Say authority.
Authority.
It's the power or right to give orders. It's also the authority to make, it also means to make decisions. And the one I really like, it also means to enforce obedience. To enforce obedience. And sometimes we have to turn around and speak to the atmosphere to command it to subdue, to obey. Because nothing is as it appears to be. It's distractions to keep you away from, so you really can't see what he is really saying for you. Because he's always moving and he's always talking. Luke 10:19, turn with me. He's always moving, he's always talking, but we have to walk in that level of authority where we're able to subdue and have dominion over our atmosphere. Luke 10:19 says, start with verse 17. It says, then the 70 returned with joy, saying, Elohim, even the demons are subject to us in your name. Authority also means the right to control. You have a right to control your atmosphere. Raise your hand and say, I'm taking my power back. I'm taking my authority back. Because it's already in you. It's already in you. If you're having any kind of trouble, the enemy wants you to think that you are defeated, and you are not defeated. See, I'm taking it back.
I'm taking it back.
Whatever is going on, you need to say, I'm taking it back. See, what happens is when the enemy throws something at us, instead of us being base hitters, we turn around and get strike out? No, we need to get on the home plate and say, wait a minute, you know what? You know, for some reason they put their feet be like this. And even though you don't really know what you're doing, you're trusting that whatever the enemy throws my way, I am a home run hitter, or I'm going to get to my base. No matter what. Because it's in me. Look at your neighbor, say, neighbor, it's in me. Say, it's in me. And sometimes my boy, my cousin, he don't know he's my cousin, but Watson is my cousin. And Andre, you know, here come the ball and look like his hand become this long arm. He be like, like rubber. He grab that ball way over here. Come on, grab your stuff. Wait, get it out the hand of the enemy and grab it. Say, no, I want my stuff. I want my family. I want my money. I want it. Grab it. You have the authority. Grab it and hold it. You're not going to fumble the ball. But we got to practice this thing. We got to keep practicing it. When stuff comes in our mind, we pull it down. Because if not, we're going to sit down and that's the only thing we're going to think about. And then another day comes, thinking about it again. We have to ask the Most High, give me a strategy. It's going to be supernatural. He might tell you, don't say nothing. As soon as he tells you don't say nothing, they come and push every button. And all of a sudden you forget he said don't say nothing, and you done went all the way off. And then after it's over, and after you rehearse what just happened, and after you turn around and start feeling like, God, talking. Because all of a sudden you hear, and you fail the test. Look at your neighbor, say neighbor. That means you got to take it over. Guess what? You're going to take it over. So here it comes again. And so now you remember it. But then they push another button. God dog it. They found another button. Because the enemy knows you better than you. But usually after that third or fourth, you're not going to catch me slipping. Raise your hand. You have the authority. It's been given to you to understand the strategy of the enemy. In sports, they study is it opponents. Is it opponents? They study the other team, how he moves. Do they have a running game? Do they have a passing game? They study them. You got to study your enemy. How do he use you? Say, I have authority. He said, then the 70 returned, verse 17, with joy saying, Elohim, even the demons are subject to us in your name. And Yahushua said to them, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. But behold, I give you the authority. Who has the authority? You have the physical and mental strength and ability to trample on the serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means harm you. Nothing shall by any means hurt you. Y'all see that? I've given you the authority. You have the physical and mental strength and the ability to trample over the serpents because it's supernatural. And then he says something that is really a key here. And he says to them, don't you rejoice that the demons are subject to you. Y'all see that? He said that's a normal, and when I read that, that's a normal way of life. In the supernatural, that's normal. So don't look at this thing that, oh, the demons are showing to me. He said that's normal. That's your spiritual nature. That's your authority. You're not moved by warfare. When warfare comes, say, oh, I wonder what's getting ready to break forth now. I'm in breakthrough mode. Look at your neighbor. Say, neighbor, I'm just telling you. I know you don't want to hear it really. But when warfare starts, you in breakthrough mode. The key is to stay on course. The key is to keep looking. Looking through your spiritual eyes. The key is to keep moving on that narrow path. The key is to keep that word that he's spoken over you, hide it in your heart, and don't allow that word to be snatched away from you. Because the enemy wants to snatch that word. So that means we got to stay focused. Say, I got to stay focused. By any means necessary. It's going to be hard. But as you continue to practice, as you continue to exercise the gifts that are in you, as you continue to listen on purpose, as you continue to be disciplined, as you continue to move in the things of the Most High, it gets easy. It gets easier. And you're no longer hoodwinked. You're no longer bamboozled. You don't buy the bait. You don't bite the bait. Because the enemy is always doing this. Raise your hand and say, enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
So you expect warfare. It is out of your mouth that you say, stop. Say stop.
Stop.
Back up.
Back up.
Now.
Now.
I command you.
I command you.
I'm coming through.
I'm coming through.
With power.
With power.
I'm coming through.
coming through.
With an anointing. I'm coming through.
coming through.
I done won. I done won.
I've done one.
Already. But if the enemy will try to weigh you out when you don't know, that's why we gotta know. We gotta know that we know. He'll weigh you out of your head, in your mind. Say, I'm coming through.
I'm coming through.
With power,
With power.
with authority.
With authority.
He said, nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rather rejoice because your names are written.
Yes.
It's a normal way of life that we got to get used to. We got to get used to this realm of the spirit. He tells us to exercise the gifts that are in us. Every day you need to say, Father, I need to hear your voice. Apostolically, we are made to advance this kingdom. We are to place things in order. And if your life is out of order, raise your hand and say, order.
Order.
Hit the table. Hit the table. Hit it again. Order has come.
Yes.
Order in my home. Order in my finances. Order in my body. The atmosphere is waiting on you to speak.
Yes.
Because apostolically, this mandate is going to cause you to be spiritual. You cannot do it out of the flesh. You cannot be a baby in this.
Yeah.
And if he had you here, it's already in you. Say it's already in me.
It's already in.
And the gates of hell
And the gates of hell
cannot prevail.
cannot prevail.
We are called to overcome the kingdom of darkness. Matthew 10:1. It says something here. Say, we are called.
We are called.
But it's our voice that the atmosphere is waiting on. So there's always movement, and that we have to make movement in the spirit. We got to make the movement, so we do. Because if you don't do nothing, nothing's going to happen. Here we are, us, and then always remember you have an enemy. So what happens is, the enemy is always infiltrating. Always infiltrating. If we continue to be passive, it's nobody's fault. We have to turn around and set up a shield and boundaries and say, no, I'm not the one.
Yeah.
How am I going to do that? Prayer. Decrees. Righteousness. Prayer, decrees, righteousness. Then guess what? You got to know. Knowledge is power. Say knowledge.
Knowledge
Is power. This is just to name just a few. But notice that everything is spiritual. Because you have an enemy that you cannot see. Now he'll be using other people, but you got to recognize the enemy behind the people.
Yeah.
You got to stop the infiltration.
Yeah.
Say, I got to stop it.
I gotta stop.
Say, back up.
Back up.
Stop.
Stop.
I command you.
I command you.
Now.
Now.
I'm coming through. With power.
With power.
With an anointing.
With an anointing.
I'm blessed.
I'm blessed.
I'm not cursed.
I'm not cursed.
You the one.
You the one.
They have to create your atmosphere. Your atmosphere needs to know your voice. And it starts from the inside out. You get fed up on the inside. Just think about something. You say, you know what? I'm tired of that. I ain't doing that no more. And what happened? You don't do it no more. You got to get fed up. You can no longer allow the enemy to treat you any kind of way. Because I always use this illustration right here, and it's like when the enemy pushes you that one time, he jumps back, and he's waiting to see if you're going to do anything. And when you don't do anything, when you don't hold your own post, because everything is already finished, everything is already done, you are the executor in this realm of the spirit that's representing as an ambassador of the Most High. So you're the one that has to execute the rules and the boundaries. We're waiting on the Father to do it, and guess what? In this dimension, you can't wait on Him. He said, it's already finished, therefore it is you to execute. We got to stop praying these prayers that He cannot even answer. You waiting on Him, He waiting on you. So I have the authority. And so they turned around and looked and said, well, shoot. Wait a minute. Well, let me give a little more pressure here. Oh, wait a minute. They not. Say, guys, they don't know who they are. Come on. Let's go. And they come back in and they infiltrate. Here come your body. Here come your family. Here come your money. All kind of crazy stuff start happening because you did not use your power. And the atmosphere And this dimension is waiting on you. Heaven is the witness. Earth is the witness. The atmosphere is the witness. That's why everything is inside out. As a man thinketh on the inside.
Yeah.
That's why he tells us, pull those thoughts down that would exalt itself against. Because your thoughts have creative power. Why? It's made up of words.
Yeah.
This whole dimension, prayer, words, decrees, words, righteousness is also words, but it's action. Knowledge, words. It becomes wisdom. And then all of a sudden that's action. So we got to get off the milk.
Yeah.
So you're at home, you're thinking, guess what? If you're thinking, guess what's happening? As a man thinking on the inside, that's who he is. We have creative power. If we walk around, don't say nothing, and it's all on the inside, you still creating. You might not utter nothing. You might, oh, he's so quiet, she's so quiet. Guess what? They thinking something. And whatever they're thinking, since this dimension deals with our words, this dimension, because our Father, he's a speaking spirit. And everything is spoken into existence. And because of that, if we're thinking the wrong things, we're going to have it. Last scripture. Did I say turn to something else? Yeah, I have it. And when he had called his 12 disciples to him, he gave them what? I didn't hear anybody. I heard one person. He gave them what? Power over what? Unclean spirits. To do what? Cast them out. And to do what? Heal all kinds of sickness and what? All kinds of diseases. Who have the power?
We do.
It's not make-believe. It's the real deal. Last scripture. 2 Corinthians 10. We got to push back the darkness. Who has to push it back?
We do.
Who has to push it back?
We do.
Do we pray to the Father to push back the darkness?
No.
Is there a scripture that says that we can stand on? Huh? Mm-mm. Who has to push it back? We do. We open our mouths and something supernaturally happens. Heaven and earth and this atmosphere gets busy. And all of a sudden the angelic hosts come and help us. He's waiting on us. Nothing's too hard. Look what it says. 2 Corinthians 10, start with 3. For though we walk in the flesh, we do not war according to the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not fleshly or carnal, but they're what? Mighty in Elohim for pulling down strongholds. Y'all see that? Casting down arguments. Where are the arguments? Huh? In our head. Casting down arguments and every high thing that exalts itself against the knowledge of God. Your mind is an enemy against Yah himself. So we got to bring every thought into what? Captivity. Grab it. And bring it to the what? Obedience of Christ. And being ready to punish all disobedience. Now check this out. When your obedience is fulfilled.
Yeah.
So your obedience got to be fulfilled before you will see the power manifested.
Yeah.
You're in the apostolic ministry, and being in the apostolic ministry, Judah is rising. We have to understand spiritual things.
Yeah.
You're not on the milk. Not at all. Even if you visited for the first time, guess what? I'm telling you, you're not on the milk. Look at your neighbor. Say, neighbor, you ain't on the milk. As a matter of fact, we can go and get you pacified. Go and get the bottle. Y'all go get the pacifier and the bottle from them. Tell them you've been on it too long. You know, y'all can see them 3-4-year-olds got a pacifier in their mouth. And what do you think when you see them? She said, that's a cry. She said, the mama need to be whooped. Y'all know what y'all be saying too. Y'all be like, you too old for that. That's what he's saying to us. I have been in church as long as you are. But he's saying, by now you ought to be teaching others.
Yeah.
By now. I've been in church this long. Some people act, they've been in church this long. I bind all fear from off of you. Have no fear. Underdog. No fear. Eat you some spinach. I'm Popeye's afraid. Give me a telephone booth. I know some folks don't know what a telephone booth is. What I'm saying, we have that kind of power. He's changing us, molding us into his image. We cannot be scared. We're world changers. We're fire starters. And when we trust him, all of a sudden, he changes us. And Superwoman, Wonder Woman. All of a sudden, we're not the same people. He's transforming us. Wonder. We've got to know who we are. We've got to have our identity. We've got to know our culture. We've got to know what he did in us. And we'll stop settling what our mind tells us who we are. You're in an apostolic ministry. We've got to know spiritual things. So we got to know. When your obedience is fulfilled. That's what he's looking for. Everything's already finished. And we begging. Why are we begging? We're begging. Please, please, please. No. Put this on. Come on, put it on. Please, pick down. That's it. I love you so. Yes. Stop begging. Start decreeing. Walk upright. You'll have anything you ask for. John 15 said, my word abides in you, and you abide in me. You ask me anything, and it shall be done. Let's do that real quick, and that'll be the last scripture. Because it says something there. Look at your name, say neighbor. I know you've been begging. Stop begging. John 15, verse 7. If you abide in me and my words abide in me, you will ask what you desire, and it shall be done for you. Look, I'm walking in holiness. I'm walking in righteousness. I'm understanding your word. I am applying wisdom. I know how to stay in that place of intimacy with you. Therefore, whatever I ask, sometimes we think too long. So we need to let him just, okay, I didn't ask. I know you done it. You see? But look what he said. We're going to close on this. You ask what you would desire, and it shall be done for you. Okay, why? So my Father is glorified. He's going to answer you so he can glorify himself. He's going to glorify himself that you bear much fruit and you will be his disciple because you have an understanding how the supernatural work. It's all about him showing himself. That's it. That's all we want. Obey his commandments, obey his laws. We have been wrapped up in religion.
Yeah.
We've been wrapped up in this paganistic system, this system, this Babylonian system, this system that Nimrod put together.
Yeah.
And we were just born into it. So we unraveling. Say I'm unraveling. Say I'm unraveling. Because religion, I'm so happy I was not brought up in the church because that is the hardest demon to kill.
Yeah.
Because it programs you a certain way. It's mind control. It doesn't teach you the spiritual dynamics that's going to cause you to rule in that place. That you don't get bent out of shape. That you're able to call for in your atmosphere. No, this is how it's going to be. You're not talking to anybody. You are telling your atmosphere that. And if it concerns somebody, you know how to decree and declare and continue to walk because you know the Most High getting ready to show up. He's just waiting on you. Raise your hand. So we got to move forward. We're apostolic. And because this is an apostolic ministry, but this is also an apostolic era. Causing you to come up a little higher. You got to start saying I'm a demon slayer. Because it's coming after you because the anointing is on you. But after a while, because you don't break, you don't bend, you begin to see victory more and more. Let us stand.
Earlier, Apostle Nico said that when you give to the prophet, you receive the prophet's reward. Well, the Most High says that's because you believe the word of the prophet. But the word says that out of the mouth of 2 or 3 that every word be established. And over in 2 Chronicles, it says that If you believe in me, this is the Most High talking, so shall you be established. But if you believe in my prophets, so shall you prosper. And a reward is prosperity. But that's based on obedience to what the prophet has spoken, because you believe that word came from the Most High. And we're talking about prophets of the Most High. So today, we just decree and declare that you will not only believe the word of the prophet, but you will start decreeing into your own lives in Yeshua's name.